Okay, good morning to everyone. On behalf of Sri Krishna Institutions Management, Principal, Head of the Department, Dr. Tamilchelvan sir, and behalf of all the faculty members and students, um, I am welcoming our today's chief guest for today's program. So he will be explaining about how to start a startup. Okay, so he is an expert in this field. He worked in many startup companies also. Um, he is rich in he's Jose. He is an academic coordinator in Jain Launchpad. He's worked in many business models, innovations, and he is also working in um, how to plan for growth. Um, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, now you are audible.
Yeah. He has published his perspective paper in California Management Review. So one of the top three practitioner journals in the world. He has taught at entrepreneurship and technology trends at Xavier Institute of Management and Entrepreneurship, Bangalore. So he has conducted so many sessions on business model for incubation, like Bangalore Bio Innovation Center and Forge. He has worked in a couple of startups in different stages of their startup life in different roles. He also invests in startups through equity crowdfunding platforms. He invested in 10 startups so far, including tech hardware, e-commerce, sharing economy, and clean tech, etc. So one of which was at a valuation of 15 billion, and now it has valued around 275 $1 billion. Okay, so I am behalf of everyone, I am welcome you, sir, for this function. So kindly share your experience and guide the students related to startup. And our students' background is related to engineering. So based upon this, so this event, students can. Those who are planning towards the startup, I think your session will play a groundwork for them so that they can start their own startups in the future. So welcome you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for the intro, sir. So I hope everyone is there since your video is not on. So I assume that everyone's. Can you everyone at least text on the chat that you are there? You're able to listen to me. Can everyone text on the chat? What about others? I only got 2 messages so far. Is everyone there able to listen to me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is give more of an intro about entrepreneurship. What is entrepreneurship? We are going to also look at what is essential to start a venture and some myths about business. Okay. So this is more of an intro session. So in case if you like the session, if you feel that this is something that you want to do, we'll go ahead and maybe do couple of more sessions in the future. Okay. So I want the session to be more interactive. So I hope like everyone is going to interact, speak. So there is no right or wrong answer. Whatever you feel is at the moment, you can just say that, and then we'll see how we can proceed. Okay. So now I'll share my screen. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Sir, can you make me the host? Like only host can share the screen.
I enabled you as host.
Yes, sir. Now I'll just share my screen. Are you able to see my screen, sir?
Yeah, yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, yes, sir. Your screen is visible.
Yeah. As of now, I can't see the chat, so I need everyone to say, like, what do you see here? I need everyone to talk.
So a few bottles,
Few bottles, okay.
plastic bottles.
Plastic bottles, okay.
Thrown in the sea, sir.
Pardon? Okay,
It
plastic
was
bottles,
thrown into
okay.
the ocean.
Okay, it's basically plastic bottles in the ocean, right? So we'll get back to this at a later stage, okay? So I'll just carefully listen to this video as well, okay?
Here's to the crazy ones.
Hear the audio?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
The misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
I hope everyone is aware of Apple, right? Apple brand. Is everyone aware of Apple company?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this was the ad about think different. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. So this was an ad created in 1997, just after Steve Jobs returned to Apple. So when Steve Jobs returned to Apple, Apple was just 3 months away from bankruptcy. It was going to fail. 3 months. So it was just 3 months of cash left in the company. So after 3 months, it would have failed. So just before Steve Jobs returned. So what means is to think different. It was a message not just for the customers, it was also a message for the employees of Apple to think different. So this kickstarted this was one of the main news from the fall of an American icon. It was just about to fail just before Steve Jobs returned, and today it is the first company to hit $3 trillion in market value. So you can see the change. So Steve Jobs encouraged the employees to think different. So that's how this entire thing kickstarted for Apple. Okay, so everyone has to think different in terms of, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to think different. There's no other way. So you have to think different. Okay, so everything around you that you call life was made up of by people that were no smarter than you, and you can change it, you can influence it. Once you learn that, you will never be the same again. So people who created you use, or the systems that everything, products and everything that you're using are built by people no smarter than you. If you believe that you can also do it, then you can also change the world. Okay, that's my initial message. Okay, so we'll just have a this 1 second. So we'll use a interactive tool called Slido, so we can all interact. So can everyone go to slido.com, use the event code 00780 809 and tell me which are the entrepreneurs that inspire you. Go to the browser, type slido.com and use this event code 0, or you can scan the QR code also. In case if you're using a laptop, use your mobile phone to scan this QR code. Let me know if you're able to do it. Otherwise, we can skip this part. Are you able to do it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just type one word, that one name, and you can multiple times you can enter the names, but one at a time. If you're finding it difficult, you can just say out which are the entrepreneurs. It will be like who inspires you. You can just say it if you're not able to use it. I think it's taking a lot of time, so you can just say it. Okay, so let's not waste time on this. Okay, Elon Musk. Okay, anyway, okay. Who else? One second. Who else? Elon Musk. Who else? Anyone else who inspires you other than Elon Musk? Or you can just say it also. No problem. You can just say it. You need not like use this tool. Okay, Warren Buffett. That's great. Okay, someone is into finance as well. Ratan Tata. Great. Who else? I think this is taking a lot of time, so we'll just you can just say it. Okay, so we'll through audio, so that will be better. Okay, so some of you said Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Ratan Tata, all of them are great entrepreneurs as we know it. So since you said that these are the people who inspire you, who is an entrepreneur? So according to who is an entrepreneur? So what qualities does define an entrepreneur? Can anyone tell me? Anything, whatever you feel defines an entrepreneur, qualities that define an entrepreneur.
People with new and great ideas.
Okay, newer ideas.
Innovative.
So what do
person.
you? Okay, innovative person. What else? Anything else that comes to your mind when
Ideas
you
that uplift
think?
people's life.
Okay. Anything else that comes to your mind when you think about Ratan Tata, or you think about Mukesh Ambani, or you think about Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates? What are the things that comes to your mind?
Consistency, sir.
Never giving
Consistency.
up, sir.
Okay, never giving up. So based on my own experience, I have a definition of an entrepreneur. Okay, I'll just tell you that. So what makes an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is their intolerance. Okay, so they're highly intolerant to the status quo and inefficient way of doing things. So what makes an entrepreneur is intolerant. So for example, if tomorrow or today, if I'm seeing a problem, I won't keep quiet. I'll go out and create a solution. If I'm seeing problems anywhere, as an entrepreneur, I'm intolerant. I can't stand that problem. So I'll just go out and build a solution for that. That's what entrepreneurs do. So, and more importantly, they do something about it. It's not just that they're intolerant about problems. Everyone is intolerant about problems. For example, if you see a pothole in a road, you're also intolerant about it. But what entrepreneurs do is they're highly intolerant. At the same time, they do something about it. So that's what makes an entrepreneur, because they are intolerant and they do something about it. So vision without action is merely a dream. Okay, action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. You should have vision, at the same time you should act on your vision. Only then you can change the world. So these two things what defines, I would define as an entrepreneur. So first you have to be intolerant and you have to do something about it. Then you should have a vision. If you have a vision, you should act on it. So that's what makes a difference. Okay, I hope that's clear. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah. So my next question is, starting your venture the only way to become an entrepreneur? So you have to start a business to become an entrepreneur, or is there any other way to do that? You can say yes or no also, that's fine.
Yes, sir. That's the only way.
Okay. Okay. So there is also a concept called intrapreneur. Okay. So today's workplace is changing at a rapid pace, and your jobs are becoming more dynamic, and there's a requirement for employees to be agile and innovative. So companies want employees who are leaders, who are willing to take calculated risk, and who are willing to think outside the box and have the drive to succeed. So this is called intrapreneur, or entrepreneur within an organization. Someone who has an entrepreneurial mindset in order to execute new ideas within a company. So companies are looking for in terms of entrepreneurs. So it's not just that you have to start your own business to become an entrepreneur. You can become an entrepreneur within an organization as well. So that is also a way. So for that, for both of the things, you have to be innovative, you have to be ambitious, you have to be a leader, and you have to have an entrepreneurial mindset. So entrepreneurship is not just to start a business. Even if you go to a company, if you tomorrow if you get placed and start working in a company, still you need an entrepreneurial mindset to in terms of evolve in this today's dynamic world. So what are the benefits of being an entrepreneur? First is in terms of more stability and resources than an entrepreneurship. So if you work for a company and you're an entrepreneur, you need not start from scratch, you need not invest your own money, and you have a larger platform to execute. So it gives you more stability and resources than entrepreneurship, and you can stay strategic direction. So everyone, in terms of like, as an employee, you always want your input or contribution to make a difference. Okay, so it doesn't happen every day in an organization, because in large organizations, you're working for TCS or a Infosys or a Wipro, there are thousands and thousands of employees, so you can't make a difference. So that's where entrepreneurship comes into the picture. Okay, and then you can find your individual motivation. So since you're working in a dynamic role as an entrepreneur, finally it's a win-win for you and your employee. The employer gets an innovative person who is willing to help the company grow and create new opportunities. At the same time, you are able to fulfill your highest potential and fast track your career. So entrepreneur is also an option for both. To become an entrepreneur as well as an entrepreneur, you need an entrepreneurial mindset. That's where entrepreneurship comes into the picture. So everyone should have an entrepreneurial mindset. Okay, even if you companies like Hindustan Unilever, so everyone knows about Hindustan Unilever, right? HUL, right? Everyone uses Lifebuoy and all those soaps, Surf
Yes, sir.
Excel. So
Yes,
that
sir.
is the company. Hindustan Unilever is the company that makes Surf Excel, Lifebuoy, and all those products. They created a program where HUL will send some of its mid-level executive to startups in order to build that entrepreneurial mindset. So companies are taking initiatives in order for the employees to create a entrepreneurial mindset. Okay, so that is little bit of entrepreneur and what are the benefits of entrepreneur, and how many companies are trying to bring that entrepreneurial mindset among its employees as well. So entrepreneurship is important not just from starting your business process. Even if you go to a company, join a company tomorrow, still you need that entrepreneurial mindset. Okay, so what is a startup? Everyone, we hear a lot about startups, right? Every day we hear about so many startups turning unicorns, this, that. So what is a startup? So would you call Kirana store a startup? Would you call this a startup?
No, sir.
In some, why you? So this is not a startup. Why it's not a startup? If I start such a shop, if I start a, what you call in the Maliga shop or whatever it may be. So if I start a shop like this, is it a startup or it's not a startup?
Not a start.
Why it's not a startup?
It's an old
Maybe it's
idea,
a
sir.
startup, sir. If I had
There's no innovation in this, sir.
Okay, there is no
Maybe it's a
innovation.
startup
So
if we have some.
since there is no innovation, it's not a startup. Is it so?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So would you call this a startup? Which company is it?
Swiggy, sir.
Swiggy. Is Swiggy a startup?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, great. So a definition of startup is any young business which targets a large market, has a scalable business model, and is capable of achieving high growth. So any startup has to fulfill these three criteria. It targets a large market, has a scalable business model, and is capable of achieving high growth. If they're fulfilling these three criteria, they can be considered startup. The company innovative in order to be called startup. Innovation is never the criteria to call a startup. If you see most of this company, Ola, Oyo, Denso, Cred, Byju's, Swiggy, all these are startups, but they're not innovative companies. For example, Ola's model is copied from Uber. So Oyo is more of a copy of Airbnb and so many companies from US and Europe. So these are not innovative companies, but they fulfill this criteria. They target a large market, have a scalable business model, and they are capable of achieving high growth. So if you look at the example of, for example, the Kirana store. So why Kirana store is not a startup? Let's look at these three criteria: Kirana store and Flipkart. So Flipkart also sells groceries and all those things. Even Kirana store also sells groceries and everything. Everyone agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So both target a very large market. India's retail market is $1 trillion, almost $1 trillion. So both target a large market. Okay, they fulfill criteria one. Both Kirana store also fulfill criteria one. Flipkart also fulfills criteria one. So let's look at criteria two now. Does it have a scalable business model? So, for example, if I'm purchasing a Surf Excel from a Kirana store in Coimbatore, can I purchase the same Surf Excel from the same Kirana store when I go to Bangalore as well? Can I do that
No,
from the
sir.
same Kirana store?
No, sir.
Because that Kirana, it's so in case if I'm purchasing something in Flipkart from Bangalore, can I come to Coimbatore and still purchase from Flipkart?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We
sir.
can do that.
Yeah. So anywhere in India, you will be able to purchase from Flipkart. Flipkart is basically a tech company, so its business is very scalable. Tomorrow, if it wants to launch in other countries also, in terms of Europe, US, or anywhere even in Singapore, any country, they can easily launch. But for a Kirana store, it requires a lot of investment and everything in order to launch in every location. And so Kirana store doesn't fulfill criteria too, and it is not able to achieve high growth. Whereas Flipkart started with the investment of 5 lakh. Today they are making revenues of revenues of around 15 billion US dollars. So they started from 5 lakh rupees, and now it's a more of a 15 billion US dollar company. So they're able to grow very fast, right? So Kirana store doesn't fulfill criteria 2 and 3 in terms of it doesn't have a scalable business model, and it's not capable of achieving high growth. For example, a shop that you usually go in your locality, they may do a revenue of 1 lakh per month. Next month also they'll do 1 lakh. The next year also, the next month also, the next year also they'll do around 1 lakh, more or same. They won't jump to say 1 crore or 2 crore, right? Yeah, you agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so a definition of startup is not based on innovation. Okay, innovation is not the criteria to like in terms of call a startup. Okay, so any young business which targets a large market, has a scalable business model, and is capable of achieving high growth, they are known as startups. Okay, so let's talk about some of the myths about startups. Okay, so first is like, let's look at this video and watch this video carefully. You like this product, is the product successful? Okay, just watch this video and let me know if the product is successful.
Making juice is easy. Start by taking a stroll down to the neighborhood farmer's market. Buy about $50 worth of organic fruits and vegetables. Don't forget to bring a tote bag.
Do you sell tote bags?
No, we'll just carry it. Did you forget your tote?
Wash your fruits and vegetables. Cut them, chop them, wash them again, peel them.
I think this peeler's broken.
Dig your juicer out from the back of your cupboard, realize there's still a part missing, find it. Figure out how to put it all together, then juice. And enjoy. Oh, but did you think you were done? Because you're not. Now you've made a big old mess that you have to clean up, the machine, the countertop, pretty much your whole kitchen.
Can't get those beets out of anything.
All right, so making juice isn't easy at all. It's actually a huge pain. But what if it didn't have to be?
What is this?
It's a juicero.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that word means.
It's a new word.
Juicero? Okay, define it for me.
Juicero, the best juice ever. What comes out of the juicero is so fresh that it shouldn't even be called juice. It should just be called, I don't know, squashed produce, because that's what it is. Our founder, Doug, is straight up made of juice.
Literally, there's juice in my veins.
Doug and the Juicero team have taken care of everything. Not just the washing, the peeling, and the chopping, but the growing, the harvesting, the washing, the refrigerated transport, the inspecting. Did we mention the washing? The packaging. And finally, delivering to your house. And we haven't even gotten to the most genius part yet. There's nothing to clean. No mess whatsoever. It's so easy that it makes the old way of juicing seem, well, old.
Why did I do all that other stuff?
Who cares? That's our past life. This is our new life.
Juicero. The easiest, freshest, most delicious way to get juice.
So what do you think about this product? Is it successful?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It can be
Why do you think it's
successful.
successful?
Yes,
Why do you think? Okay, it saves time. Okay, what else?
money saves money also.
Okay. Anything else?
Sir, I would like to share a small incident, sir, so that I can make my point clear, sir. May I, sir?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Few years ago, few decades ago, there were no cookers, sir, in India. We used to eat it by just boiling it.
Okay.
Then they told cookers are necessary for cooking rice so that we can save time and we will have the nutrients back in it. Then we switched on to it. So with the proper marketing, this would be a very successful product. Sir.
Okay. So now let's look at one more video, and now you tell me whether this product is successful or not. So, is this product successful? So, what you understood from watching the video? Is everyone there?
Know the full story, sir.
Pardon?
Can't know the full story, sir.
No, I was not able to hear you properly.
We have to see and research it in every perspective, sir.
So, is this product successful? What do you think after watching this video?
It's definitely a disaster, sir.
So, because what happens if we watch this video again, like, let me go to that point. So, one second. So, we watch this, you don't need the machine itself. You can just take the packet, squeeze it with your hand itself. So you don't need a machine, purchase some $500 to spend like $500 to purchase that machine. You can just use your hand itself. So the point of that machine itself is useless, right? You got a point. Got the point, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So if you, and let me give one more example. So of course everyone is aware of Nokia, right? Nokia as a company.
Every once in a while, a product comes along that changes our perception of how we use technology and how natural it can feel. We wanted to design a better way to use a phone, and it comes down to one simple gesture, a swipe. In an application, swiping from any edge of the screen takes you home. With no need for a home key, this all-screen phone makes more room for apps to shine and is incredibly easy to use. We looked at the most important things that people need to do with their phone every day, using apps, getting notifications, and switching between different activities. For each of these, we designed a recognizable home view. The first is where you launch and organize your applications. The second gathers all your notifications and social network feeds in one place. It's the fast and easy way to stay up to date. And the third view shows everything you've been doing recently. All your live apps are ready for you to pick up where you left off. This is the best multitasking on any phone. I'm especially proud of the craft that went into this design. The body is precision machined from a single piece of polycarbonate, which flows seamlessly into beautiful curved glass. The laminated deep black display means that everything just floats on the surface. The N9 is all about making things simpler, whether you want to follow social networks, browse the web, or navigate using the best maps on the planet. It's all here, just a swipe away.
So everyone is aware of Nokia, right?
Yes, sir.
So it used to be the leading phone company in India. It used to have 90% of the Indians, if they purchase mobile phone, they used to purchase Nokia at one point, right? So now Nokia has failed completely. They failed. So this is N9. How many of you heard of the N9 phone? Nokia N9?
Quite familiar.
You heard of Nokia N9 was launched in 2011. Okay, so based on your understanding, why did Nokia fail? Did they fail to
keep
innovate?
up with the market, sir.
Okay, they did not keep up with the market. Okay, what else?
Interface was not as good in the phones.
Okay, what else?
Pricing with
huge competitors like Android, Google, Apple, and many Chinese.
Okay, so let's look at the review of Nokia N9 phone. Okay, so N9 is an impressively engineered device that is matched with a sophisticated touch-oriented interface and a powerful software stack with an open source underpinnings. This could have been Nokia's winner. Most significant handset since Nokia N95. The Nokia N9 is without doubt one of the most fascinating phones of the last few years. It had great reviews. It was a great product. It was ahead of time. So if you look at the software, that swiping feature, only now in the recent the past few years, you have that swiping feature in Android and Apple phones. Before that, you didn't have that. You have buttons in iPhone, you had that home button, and in Android, you had that 3 buttons. Swiping feature was not there. Nokia came out with all these features in 2011, almost a decade back. Still Nokia failed. So what is the learning is, what you need to understand is, one second, let me. So yeah, great product is not equal to great business. You always have to understand, just because you are building a great product doesn't mean that it will easily get converted into great business. Okay, for any business to be successful, you need to take care of 3 components. Okay, so one is desirability. Do customers really need the product? That's where both Juicero, that company we saw, that juice company that we saw, and Nokia build a product that people really want. Desirability. It solved desirability. And it was feasible. Feasibility means you have the skills and resources to execute on your idea. both Juicero and Nokia executed on their idea. Viability means can you make money in the long term? Is it a sustainable business? Can you make money in the long term? This is where they failed. So any business to be successful, they have to be desirable. Customers should want your product. It has to be feasible. You should have the skills and resources to execute on our idea, and viable. It should make money in the long term. So the center stage, if you want to start a business, you should always eye for the center stage. Your solution should be at the center, where it has all these components: desirability, feasibility, and viability. So let me tell you why Nokia failed. Okay, everyone is aware that Nokia went with Windows OS. Everyone is aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Nokia went Windows OS. So what happened before launch of iPhone was mobile phones were just a product. You purchase the mobile phone, you consume it. But after the launch of iPhone, what happened was smartphones became a platform business. What I mean by platform business is now they have two customers. Smartphones earlier had only one customer. Mobile phones only had one customer. That is you and me. We purchase a mobile phone, we use the mobile phone. But after Apple launched their iPhone, they came out with App Store and Google Play Store and everything came. Now you have two customers. One is app developers, other is end users like you and me. Okay, so you need to attract both the users in order to make your business successful. What happened with Nokia was there were no enough apps, so customers were not purchasing the phone, and there were not enough customers, so people were not building apps for Nokia phone, that is Windows OS. I also used Nokia Lumia, but there were hardly any apps. I couldn't use any of the apps that people in Apple or Google Android phones used to have. So I had to abandon Nokia phone because there are hardly any app. So this was the dilemma. So business model evolved. The way business is done evolved after the launch of iPhone, that is Apple iPhone. So what Nokia failed in doing was they failed to evolve from a product to a platform business, right? And in terms of Juicero, they build a product that customers want. Just because you build a product that customers want doesn't mean that customers are willing to pay for that product also. The product that they built was, though customers were willing to use it, but they're not willing to pay that much for that product, right? So a great product need not necessarily be a great business, right? Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you understood. So while building a product, you have to always building a business, or either start your own business or in your company, you have to take care of these things. And then there are different stages to a startup. So first is in terms of problem solution fit. There's vision founders fit, product market fit, business model fit. In problem solution fit, you see whether the solution that you are coming out with, do the customers actually need the solution. So you see whether there's a fit between the problems that customers have and the solution that you have brought in. Then there is product market fit. You go to the market and check if the customers are willing to pay for your product. Then there is business model. So business model is all those three: desirability, feasibility, and viability. Do you have all those components to scale your business? So this is the stages of a startup venture. So you start from problem solution fit, and you go to product market fit, and then you go to business model fit. So this is the process like every company will go through, every startup will go through. Okay. So now what do you see? Do you see a problem or do you see a solution now?
Solution, sir.
What solution do you see? So there are companies who are converting this plastic bottles and everything to brick house. Instead of bricks, they're using plastic bottles at wall. There are companies who are converting these plastic bottles into fuel. I personally invested in one company that converts this plastic bottle into fuel. So what entrepreneurs do, where people see problem, entrepreneurs see solution. So you need to create that mindset if you really want to be an entrepreneur. Wherever you see problem, you see, is there any solution for it? and can I implement that solution? So you should always think from that. That's what I talk about. You need an entrepreneurial mindset. So first you need to build that entrepreneurial mindset where people see problem, you need to see a solution. Yeah, this could be done, that could be done. Why can't it be done better? You should always keep asking that questions. Only then you will have an entrepreneurial mindset. Okay, with that, I have just one message: stay hungry, stay foolish, and thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I hope you like the session.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So any questions?
Sir, while starting a startup, is there any committee or something wherein people can help us?
So I am part of an incubation center. So what we do as an incubation center is help in terms of like startup founders go from problem solution fit to product market fit. You have an idea, if you have an idea, people will come to incubator, and incubator you can apply to incubator. We help you in terms of validating your idea. Is your idea or solution that you have, is it really a problem that the customers have? And then we help you build the product and put it in the market and see if the customers are willing to pay. So this is what most of the in India there are several incubators. Even in Coimbatore there are Forge incubator and everything. So you have a lot of incubators in Coimbatore, in Chennai, in Bangalore. So why they are set up is to help startup founders go from ideation to product. Okay. I hope your question is answered. And there are lot many government supports as well. So there are organizations like Head Start and all those things. So there are various organizations that want to help entrepreneurs. So in terms of going from idea to product, incubation is a very good. Just Google incubators in Tamil Nadu or Chennai, Coimbatore. You'll get a lot of like incubators. They'll help you in terms of taking your idea from your idea from ideation to product. Okay. I hope I answered your question. Any more questions?
Students can approach the incubators, sir? Or any students?
Yes, sir. It's open for all, sir. It's open for all. Any student, even faculty, anyone can go, sir. Approach an incubator. If you have an idea, if your idea is really good, you have a team and everything, you can approach them, submit your idea. They'll shortlist you, and then they'll get you into the program. They'll guide you from taking your idea from ideation to product or commercialization.
Any minimum financial assistance we want to show to them, or we want to invest?
No, sir. This is completely ideation, sir. Your product is an ideation. You just have some prototype and everything. With that, you go to the incubator. Even we support entrepreneurs right now. We have like many entrepreneurs we are supporting. We guide them in terms of how to understand customer needs and everything, how to build a product. So we support them in all those areas.
Okay, sir.
Sir?
Yeah, Sharath, you have any questions?
Sir, yes, sir, I have a question, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what are the factors that will decide whether a startup is a successful one or not, sir?
So as I told you, any startup to be successful, you need to take care of the three components. Okay. First, you have to build a product that is desirable. Customers should really want it. Then you should have feasibility. You should have the skills and resources to execute on it. You should have members who can scale the business, taking from ideation to product. They should have the skills in order to build that product and everything. Then you should have the resources, infrastructure to build that product as well. And then it should be viable. Can you make money in the long term? For example, there are many startups. If you see in India, as per statistics, 90% of the startups fail within the first 5 years because they are not able to solve the business model. Okay. Business model is in terms of how you create value, how you deliver value, how you capture value. So that is a long session and everything. In case we are really interested, we can talk about that as well. So basically, it's like, do you have the desirability, feasibility, and viability factor, and is your business model strong enough to take your business in the long term?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Any more questions?
So I have another one, sir.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Sir, if really a cryptocurrency trading is a startup or something, sir, a cryptocurrency trading platform.
Yeah, cryptocurrency trading platforms are startups. So if you see in terms of like the scale at which, so Bitcoins, all this Dogecoin, on all those coins, if you see the scale at which they are traded, it's billions and billions. So it's a scalable business. In case if the business is really successful, they can definitely scale. Blockchain, all these new technologies, virtual reality, augmented reality, this has a huge market. That's why Facebook changed the name from Facebook to Metaverse, right? So all these new technologies has a vast market in the future, not right now, but in the future. They have that potential to grow to a large size.
Sir, it's nothing different from Amazon, right, sir? Because you trade things and you get a commission from both the sides. That's the thing about this, no, sir.
No, there's a difference. Okay, Amazon is a product marketplace. Cryptocurrency stock market like Zero, the Upstock, and all are financial products. So the difference between Amazon and a cryptocurrency trading, like a national stock exchange, Bombay Stock Exchange, these are entities that help you in terms of trading in stocks. So that's what a cryptocurrency exchange also does for you. Okay, Amazon is a product business or service business in different categories in terms of clothing, electronics, and all those things. And crypto is mainly financial product. It's a financial product like insurance, banking. It's a financial product. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any more questions?
Okay. So thank you, Richin Jose, sir. It's a wonderful session, and I think you have laid a platform for our students. Really, those who are interested in future, they want to how to start their own startup companies. So what are the things they want to keep it in mind so that they should become a good entrepreneur with a successful model. Okay, so you targeted how to become a successful entrepreneur and how to start a startup. Okay, so I thank one and all for joining this session. So I thank on behalf of management, principal, and HOD sir for encouraging to conduct all these sessions. And I once again I thank our chief guest for spending his valuable time with us. Okay, thank you all.
Thanks for the opportunity, sir. Have a great day, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, sir. We will meet in some other occasion. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sure,
Okay,
sir.
sure.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah,
Okay, sir.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.